welcome back to InfDev An Yap. Please sit back, relax, and grab a snack. Put me on the side monitor as InfDev An Yap is black and back. I tried something. I tried to do something there, but apparently I tried to do back in something, but couldn't figure it out. I could have just done a song reference rap with, I believe, Back in Black. If you know what song it is, you know what's if you know the song, you know the song. So just run into this. I'm done. So, where we last left off, we were absolutely zero. Where we left off in here is where we last left off in doing this, right? I believe it's this here with the mine card. That looks super funky. Oh yeah, it's yeah, you just gotta push it down, then right click it. And then while it's moving, you just gotta boop. Then down here we have all of these chests with, oh no, I almost just Alright, so now what we have here is an entire mine shaft, which also has access to this, which is also amazing, by the way. Which means that, like, we have access to some of our older mines. I'm gonna probably attempt to okay, so as you can see, we have all of these, right? And then we have this where you can put the minecart in there, where if you're like going mining, you have all of these furnaces that took me quite a bit to place, actually. Quite a good second to place. I don't plan on putting anything crazy back there, so like it's not gonna look that crazy. It would be kind of cool to like put like a wooden beam across there, but yeah, like if you saw the last thing I've made, which was the last thing I posted was Vintage Story. You might recall that like yeah, the video wasn't perfect, but I was also like doing it while tired as well. But I did spend a really long time and really enjoyed doing it, right? I really enjoy playing the game. Which another thing, like I enjoy Minecraft as well, but I know that it's probably not. It wasn't gonna get as much views as it would like if I was playing this. And I'm okay with that actually. And so first up, right, is we have a ton of this. Right, we have a ton of these, which should also allow us to, well, make ourselves some, something to have our own little light sources. I think the first thing is when it turns a day, I don't want to work on the quarry right now. And also, so some of the mods that I had from the other one I removed because issues occurred and several more. I think this one won't be growing. Well then, I guess you grow. You grow them. I'm trying to Sure, I can attempt to make a custom tree, but like this is not easy. Trying to grow a custom tree in this version is not very easy. Besides, it's like you can't. Besides, you can't get Besides, you can't get leaves in any way, shape, or form. So, I think the first thing though is I have a slight idea of what I want to do for the town hall. What if I did like a Viking style town hall? I don't know how I'd do that. Because I feel like that requires like horizontalness for the logs. Almost kind of like almost like kind of like some of like a better well kept version of the some of the buildings in Whiterun are almost. Though to be fair, even the rich people in Whiterun also seem to, for some reason, have wood on their buildings. Which I've always found to be kind of weird. It's like, okay, like, you're not supposed to have mostly wood, but okay. You're not supposed to have wooden bits where you can cut corners, but okay. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is gather some of these, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get some stuff to, well, make the plot of it, to plot out most of the land. I'm gonna make it sort of a T-shaped, like an off-centered T. Alright. And, which we're gonna probably just outline it in wool while we're at it. Which I think it'll make sense as soon as I have that being done. Oh, that room looks crazy though. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be grabbing all of these. We're gonna be using these as planning blocks. As these planning blocks are then just gonna as then we're just gonna be using it for the rough shape. Because one, we don't have anything that allows the utilization that allows it. For one, we don't have well, for one, we don't have well, for one, we don't have to worry about rain at all. Right up, because because I don't think rain was like added until like late beta, was it? Was it? I think it was sometime along that line. Oh, I'm gonna steal your guys's wool real quick. I hope you don't mind. I was about to say, if you guys already disappeared, that's crazy. You'll eventually disappear now as well. Well, those two disappeared already. Okay, so first of all, that view of the mountain is insane, and just realize. There we go. There we go. Just so that way everyone can kind of like see everything from here. Alright, so first of all, where would I want to start most of this? Alright, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have, is I'm gonna take this and use it to plot out this direction. Because one thing I can use is I can use this area as a gateway to like a nice little part of the platform where you can like look off out over here as well. I know some people usually use L shapes. I kind of wanted to do something a little different. That's fine, we can. I wanted to do something a little different than the normal like L-shaped. So I'm gonna be. I could just do a like an actual like T shape, but like. But this is where I wanted to be quirky. And do something like this, right? Then along here, I kind of want to have like a bit of a wall. Right, I'm gonna remove this and then kind of have like a little bit of a wall before entering into this area. So then walk you into here, and then this will be like the main part of it. And one of the things, and this obviously here will be an outside portion, which will then make it way easier to, well, make the rest of this as well. Oh boy, well, that one's gonna be fun to deal with. I could scooch this over this way or this way. Might scooch it over this way. What? Okay. Now let's now what we have is kind of the shape that we can go for. And this will have our, now we have a little bit of a shape we can go for, and this will be kind of like an outside portion that'll have a bit of like, this right here will be like an outside like greenhouse almost. We'll have like an outside greenhouse over here. We're gonna make an exit like right here in the greenhouse. I don't think we need any other exits to the greenhouse. We don't need an exit through here. Then we're gonna plot out the exits for this here. So right about here is where we're gonna plot this area. We're gonna plot out, and we're gonna have like another exit through here. Then we're gonna have and then right along here, we're gonna have a, so to explain what I got here, so this right here means that there's gonna be a stairwell that goes, that means that like right about, oh, I'm gonna have to like scooch it over a couple. Just scooch it over one. Alright, so like that means right about here there's gonna be a little stairwell, which what we're gonna do is we're gonna have the stairwell. Well, we're gonna have this area be a small little accounting room. Then we'll have this. We'll obviously have to section off the stairwell right about like this, right? We're gonna have the main welcome section, which can be accessed through here or through here. And I want this to be not very cube shaped. 2 and 3 and 1, 2, and then let's 1, 2. Oh. Then let's. I mean, it's definitely not cube shaped. That's great. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and redo that. Alright, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something like this. Oh, okay. Okay, we're a little too far away. Alright, we'll just connect it up like we normally do. And let's grab all of these pieces of wool here. And now that we have that, we're gonna do something like this. And this is going to be the main little part where this is gonna be the waiting room. So then right along here, we're gonna have like a little count. We're gonna have like a little check-in counter. Right, this will be where you can file for a land claim and whatnot. Right here will be the door into that. Along here, this is going to be for the upward stairwell, which that'll then indicate the upward stairway, just like that. This will be the room that'll take you up the stairs. This will be another, essentially a fire exit, and this will be an even larger waiting room, where you also have access to this room on top of this. I'm hoping this is making a ton of sense, right? And then right out here will be kind of like an outdoor area to where we'll have like umbrellas, which I'll mark out like that. Which, this is kind of how this is. Alright, if this makes sense. If this makes any form of sense. Of umbrellas right along there. We'll have the main waiting room, and then we'll have this area to where the upstairs we'll then plot up the upstairs after we do the main one. So let's go on and gather the materials for this, shall we? We're gonna be needing mainly some stone. Though I'm gonna be using wood anyways, just because I like the contrast of it. So if we head over to here for the wood. We're going to be needing the workbench. Those are stairs. Signs. These are planks, and we're gonna be needing way more doors than that. That's for sure. We're gonna need to be bringing some more lumber. So I'm thinking about 4 stacks of lumber. So I mean, like, now we're going to be needing a ton of stone. So let's head back to our house and figure, and like we're gonna more head over here, and eventually we're gonna be using a lot of our other we're gonna try and like torch everything around us the best that we can. We're gonna be needing a ton of cobblestone. As of for stairs, I am unsure if we need these stairs. We will eventually need these. I am going to be grabbing a few of I'm going to be grabbing a whole few stacks of these. Because this is going to be the main seal. Because, like, we're going to be using these for, like, part of, like, the, main flooring, maybe? I don't know. Actually, no, that feels, feels too modern, to be fair. Let's see here. We might just only need a little bit of them. No. Sorry about that. And now if we walk along here, we should be able to. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, so now if we walk over through here, how much night do we have left? Not too bad. Alright. The irony of all of these sheep being in here whenever sheep was a very commonly eaten animal. Alright, I'm gonna grab a couple of these. Alright, so I think we have some other stuff we are gonna be needing. So as an example, I'm gonna be making some tools while I'm at it, while I'm waiting for day. So I should have something to make them. We're gonna grab some coal while we're at it, so that way I can grab a bit of glass, because that's always a nice thing to have. A little bit more of this. We do not need lava for what we're about to do. I don't think we're going to be needing lava. So these are going to mainly go and make, and these are going to be making us some tools. As an example, this should make us roughly 20 tools. Then I'm gonna place that in there. And I'm gonna just place these in, and I'm gonna place this just like this for now. You good? Alright. Let's see here. We're gonna also be needing these for torches as well. Alright. Let me see if I have everything here, since unlike my other one where I could just jump cut, this is a series where I can't. So I think the main part of this, yeah, like that main plan should be pretty solid actually. We're gonna eventually be needing. We might end up making the floor more made of wood than anything, because wood's always quite nice. And we like wood. I'm hoping that you can actually kind of see that it's nearly turning day without knowing where the moon is. If you eventually recognize exactly where these stars are in the sky, you can see it's not over here, it's right over here. It's almost day. These right here, if you see those on your event horizon when you have like that, you're almost there. It means you're almost there, right? And the lower they get, the farther away they land, which means the closer you are to day. See? This is, yeah, this is quite great actually. So the first thing I'm gonna do is let's start with is we need to start by making our, oh yeah, I need to, oh yeah, let's put everything inside of a chest while we're at it. Do we have it? All right, let's grab a let's place down our workbench right here. And let's go down over through here, go down here, and get into there. I do realize that like the path of least resistance always involves me to take other ways. I might as well mark off paths of least resistance that I know I'm gonna be using. Oh my gosh. Alright, now we're gonna go ahead and place all the stuff that I don't want to constantly have in my inventory inside of this one chest here, which we can just, bam. Currently, I'm not going to be needing those. I will be needing these. I'm going to put this into here for now. This, I have no idea where we're going to be using these. I'm going to place this in here for now. I'm going to be placing these in here as well. I'll keep these on me. I'm not going to be needing this many on me at the moment. So let's start with so since this is going to have a raised foundation, so right here, right, and we're gonna have these stretch a little bit below the foundation, just like that. We're gonna start off with only the first floor, then wherever I find. Wherever I find could use a bit of 2, 3, and And just like that. Then we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this as well. Alright, we're gonna be doing this inside as well. And right along here would be another good reinforcement area. Right, like that. And we're going to be needing this, 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 and this here, which and this, and this is just going to be kind of like one of those like rock walls, essentially. That's kind of all that's going to be. Kind of just going to be like a rock wall that's going to like stretch upwards like 2 blocks, so it's not going to be anything crazy. The most expensive part about this is the logs. So like, yeah, I could make this a little cheaper. Really? Really? Okay. So let's go and do that. Let's do this. Alright, so then we're gonna do something like that. We're gonna be using this. Using this. Just along like that. Now we have this area as well, which will then, it'll stretch just along here. We have, now that we have basically just about all of this fully plotted, this should be easy going now. So that should be every single bit of needed structural bits. Alright, let's see what else we have. Alright, let's see here. So let's start with the rock wall, I would say. We can like, I'm thinking the rock wall, we can add the stairway maybe even. Alright, we're gonna make sure that this rock wall stays roughly the same. Alright, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to have a stair right along here. And we're gonna be using this to our advantage to, let's go ahead and grab that. And just along here, we're gonna have this be our main rock wall. And this will then kind of have just like that. And we can use this to well, this is where we're gonna be splitting off our, splitting it into the road here. We're gonna be splitting it into the road from here, and then we're gonna have like an area to where you can put your, tie your horse to. We'll just pretend there's horses in this game right now. We'll just pretend that Mo Creatures. We're just gonna pretend that Mo Creatures was like was added in this version. That the ones from Mo Creatures was added in this version. We're just gonna pretend, and that's really all kind of a lot of this is. Yep, just like that. I think that makes it a little smoother, right? Doesn't feel nearly as yeah, there we go. I like that. I like it. I like how much smoother that feels. Yeah. It's probably a little much, but it works. It works for what we want it to. So let's go out of our way and start by punching these. And I'm thinking the main portion of this, let me, bam. So let's start by let's start by making this entire outside area be mostly cobblestone, right? And we can have this all. Like I feel like I kind of want to like so the inside is gonna be more made of wood than the outside is, too, because like that also helps with like the weathering from the inside as well, right? Because like weathering is a thing that happens mostly on the outside. However, on the inside, it's not where you want it to happen. And alright, so just along like that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something like this for both of the exits, which I think will add kind of a nice little bit of group to the exit while also keeping it quite nice. A nice little rock wall on the inside as well is always quite nice. Though yet again, that's always way easier to replace wood from the inside. Also another thing I'm gonna do, right, related to that is, okay, I see where this is going. Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start breaking these because we should be able to build this through the night without an issue, right? Yeah, probably. Because the thing is that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using some of these planks here. I'm going to be using planks, right? And, oh my god, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, yeah, just exactly as I planned. Wow, that is so convenient, actually. That's wildly convenient. There we are. Now we have that just along in there, and I think like a lot of the this will also be rock as well. However, that right there is gonna be mainly wood and glass, right? It's not gonna be like fully Viking style, but it's gonna be more like medieval. Like it's gonna be more like medieval with it's gonna be like a mixture of like medieval, some Viking, and a bit of like modern inspiration for it. And I think what's going to happen here is I'm gonna up making a small little step here. Right, I'm gonna make a little bit of a step using some slabs here. And it kind of makes me want, and what I'm gonna be doing with this is I'm gonna chop these down a little and cut and then push them down one, because I forgot to. And I probably should do that while I'm at it. It also saves us a bit of wood while I'm at it. And another thing I can do is I can kind of slope it, I guess. Which, I mean, like, alright, so just like that, we can almost kind of like, slope the roof. So this wall is probably just going to be a regular rock wall, right? And then this is going to be where most of the, because you only need, which only part of the roof and this side will have all of the needed components for everything. I could sip a little extra if I just, no one will know. How are they gonna know? How will they know? Nobody's gonna know about that. Listen, nobody's gonna think about that, right? Because it's kind of hidden. It's pretty hidden from sight, I'd say. Alright, and just like that, I'm gonna make this have its entranceway. Just like here, just right here, and this is the final entrance area, thankfully. Which means that this... Alright, okay, so the first things up is, this. I would love to make this a nice little, area, like, probably gonna make this like stone, right? Because like this is also kind of where you'll be like wiping the mud off your boots and stuff. And oh, all right, let's go ahead and so as you can, which I'm thinking if we, all right, let's see here. I will now be going like this and like that. It would be, and now we're gonna like, have this outline. Ooh, what if I made this outline out of like smooth stone? Right, so it's like a very easy and gentle transition between it. It's like kind of like looks like he spent a little more time on it. Alright, just like that. Just along there, that looks really nice actually. Then then, as always, I can go like this and add an extra bit of support heading right into there, which I believe always looks quite nicer. What if maybe not there? What if I scooched it one over by one? Yeah, that works. Besides, I don't need like too many of those around. I think the next thing here is let's take about let's make some of these here, some planks. And we're gonna go ahead and start placing in our main floor being wooden planks. Oh shoot, I'm out of my axe. My axe is a little dead. That's fun. Let's see here. Let's go. Alright, we're gonna be needing a lot more. We're gonna be needing a lot more of those where we're going. Because one of the main parts of this is I want it to be yeah. I think like right along here I'm gonna have this entire thing be just planks, including underneath the until we get underground, and then it's just going to be probably just cobblestone. It's gonna just be cobblestone then. I have no idea if anything breaks this faster, but we'll deal with what we got right now. Breaks with my fists, so I mean, I'd say that's all that kind of matters, isn't it? Okay, so then we're gonna need to like roll this all the way across. Let's make a lot of these areas for like you won't see it. I'm gonna make those more like this. This one's gonna also be a partially outside area. It's just not gonna be as heavily weathered as some of the other areas. And this which is mainly also just gonna have like a little bit of a so down here, so as you can see, we only need it 3 tall. We don't really need it 3 tall here either. So what I'm gonna be doing, so I'm gonna keep this here, and we're gonna be using these to, well, I kind of want to like utilize this just like that, right? Okay, so as you can see, you have all of that. It's just like that, right? And it's just gonna kind of be that one bit that you can and this is and then it's just gonna be like the only little bit that's now we might make this part not like exposed to here, so what we're gonna do is we might add a bit of like a rock. We're gonna add some rock there. That, or we're just gonna, yeah, let's make it out of, yeah, let's make it out of wood. These logs are getting really expensive, man. I mean, like, I do have a decent chunk of logs. It'll be alright. Okay, I think the main part of this might be that I'm gonna have to. What if I went like that? Then we'll. And then because we're gonna have it just gently slope, what if we did it roughly halfway? That's roughly halfway, I'd say. Say that's roughly half. There we are. And we're gonna take these and we're gonna go like this, and then with some of this, we're gonna end up doing something right along like that, right? And we're gonna have, so now like, this is where like you can, alright, so right along there, we can, yeah, there we go. They have like an actual check-in area as well, which is always fun. So just along like this. Let's start by adding all of these into here. I'm probably not gonna make any more axes just because I could just punch these with my fist. All right, let's start and I have no idea where I'm going to be putting like anything to like heat the entire area though. Cause I know like we need something to heat it, to heat this area. Well, fine. We'll you know, we could probably just make a different room for that. That, or we'll maybe, let's see here. One, you kind of, I could just make like the heater like right along here, maybe. Then I can shift this over by one. This over right here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this, and we're just gonna have this all, and then we're gonna go like that, like this. And then just like this, this is going to have a furnace. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this right along like that, and then you're gonna have a furnace right about here. That'll then that'll then travel up like that. That'll then travel up like this. That'll then travel up like that. So that way you can, so we have all of that. That'll be the thing that keeps the, that'll then run everything through, which I think is, you have a little fire that you can stand next to right there, which, and we'll be able to do everything from there. And right along here, let's start by let's continue the outside wall being mainly cobblestone, weather resistant, and it's gonna be more weather resistant, and I feel like a lot better for the outside. I'll feel like it would be a lot better. An entire wall made entirely of rock is more expensive than one that would be made entirely of like wood. And however, like even in the Middle Ages, you'd end up using ones that are like more wood. I think I'm just gonna like have this just like you're not gonna be able to like see from inside. Like you're not like this is just going to be the main part of the rock. And what we're gonna do is we have to break these. Like you'll have like the normal check-in area, and then like right in here you'll have right in here you can go ahead and purchase land or whatever, I guess. You'll be able to then purchase your land, which I think is kind of a fun idea, just having a place for like you'd end up purchasing your land and such. This will be like trail like find like trail purchase land claims and everything like that. And I've always found which like just a little something to add more depth into this. You'll be able to then purchase land claims, right? And from there, I'll throw these into here because I'm gonna be needing a lot more. Yeah, especially since it's bound to be 2 stories. So what I'm gonna end up making this 2 stories. It will be 2 stories, so. Alright, let's turn all of these into planks, cause I just need all of these into planks. Alright. I think, what if I made this into, Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna Alright, and just like that. Let's go ahead and break this, and let's place you on the inside, and let's break this, and put this on the inside as well, which means we can go like this, and what if we did something like that? This is going to end up being way fancier than I needed, is it? It might end up being way fancier than it needs to be. Alright, I'm gonna be using that to like gentle out the rock slope a little. Right, and just along like that, we're gonna Alright, now we have this to, well, put throughout here, and then if we head through here, we're gonna need this area to be lit up just enough so that way we don't get mob spawns. Because monster spawns would not be very fun. Now we can throw all of these just like that. Here we are. Now we can start building our main parts of the structure as well. We're gonna be needing more torches. Like, a lot. More torches. Like, how many is a good question. As much as I would love to have this area be a little darker than most, that's not going to be good for any of us. Yeah, I have... Alright, so let's go ahead and do this real quick. And I'm thinking, we're just gonna... Please stop. Why? Why is it doing this? Alright. Let's go ahead and... Just realized that wool's gonna be there forever now because, I'm gonna forget it's there, but that's alright. We're gonna have those just there, and then we're gonna just, we just need this to, well, have a way up. Which means you'll then be able to pop up through here. Just like that. And, we'll worry about what it looks like from the top later. Now let's make ourselves a stack of torches, as a lot of areas need a bit of a light. I think the best places for these lights would probably be these. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure all of these have some form of light around them. If I think it needs a bit more light, I can always add more light there. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. And we should have a ton of these. What about, so like, how's your, so how's all of your days going, right? Like, I think that, I'm sorry about, like, last video to where I got, like, wildly upset over, like, the fact that I was, overly, like, I was talking about my books, right? And, I forgot to actually ask for those of you to, like, actually just comment your favorite book. And instead it ended up turning out to be more of, me complaining over, everything that's happening in everywhere. I am deeply sorry about that one. That was not supposed to be like that. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best to not do that too much as well. just along here, we're gonna have all this be a nice little plank. This is going to be a very, very, what we're gonna do is we're gonna I'm gonna end up having these built up a little. Alright, there we go. That should help with the... That should help with that a little, right? And at least that way I know exactly where I want to place them. Because one, like, those are just going to be a couple of... There's only going to be a couple of those, so, like, there's... It's not gonna, like, overfill it. I feel like I should, scooch it over one. So that way, like, it doesn't feel too much in the way as well. Yeah, there we go. Now it shouldn't be too much in the way. And then we can just add, like, a little, area that you can just, like, sit outside a little and, just, kind of, like, enjoy the outside without overdoing too much. Just gonna pretend that these are the... We're just gonna pretend these torches are the we're just gonna pretend that they're just like the things that help the umbrella stay up. We're just gonna pretend. Just pretend. That's okay. I know some of y'all have... I know there's some people on the internet who have the worst imaginations possible. Spooter. But like, cause some of you can't see anything beyond what it's for. But like, I mean, hey, it does. That kind of looks like shit. Hold on, what if I did something like this? What if I did something like this? What if I... Yeah, what if something like this instead? Yeah, actually, yeah, that looks a little better. Looks a little better, but like, hey, listen, what can you do? What can you do? Limitations. Alright, we're just going to... Hello, Spider. You seem kind of chill with me right now. Weirdly enough. Maybe let me try something more like this, maybe? I don't know, maybe this will look a little better from... Listen, I'm trying. What's it like? I mean, like, I'm also, like, really used... Like, I'm also, like, really used to having a lot more blocks as well. I could go... You also have this area here, but I kind of like how these kind of, like... I like how they feel like they just conjoin together. You know, and weirdly enough, that kind of feels like a... Like, it looks like they kind of, like, connect, right? It feels like, kind of like, they become one cohesive unit when up. I think that, yeah, that works. Yeah, and I think if we do something like this, we're gonna place this all along here, and place these just like this. Now we have that all the way along there, and one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to break these here. I'm going to end up breaking these, and I'm going to end up using these here for... Just gonna place some stone around it, some cobblestone around it, so that way it has a little extra. So it feels a little more. So it feels a little more like it's supposed to, like, have a place. That way it feels a little more like a fireplace area rather than just some random area that has a furnace. And besides, you can also use the furnace to melt things. Let's continue on with a little bit like this. You know, one thing that I've always found kind of crazy though is the fact that is the fact that we didn't have fireplaces from the get-go. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know it's let's see here. All we have to do is something like this. Let's go ahead and let's start by doing something like this. There we go, and just like that, we have that all the way out there, and it looks like it extends a little further. Then we can break this just like that, and then we have, then all we have to do is go ahead and go over here, so I don't have to end up making anything else. I'm gonna be needing, how many of these? I'm gonna be needing some more cobblestone stairs and such. We're definitely gonna be making another way up here. Because like one path of least resistance tells me to go through here. Tells me I should go through here, but I also walk everywhere. Even if it's not the path of least resistance. Let's grab a ton more of these. And let's grab, at least we need one of these here. Let's grab like roughly 2 stacks and 20 of that. Grab some more of these so that way I can take these and then bring them all the way up through there, and we have then I can, and then I'm gonna end up having this head up through here and up here. Gonna be multiple ways up and down, which I always find to be very nice. Alright, and with this, we're gonna just break just these two. Alright, and just like that, we now have this. Alright, let's start by making this a little more... then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something like this, and to kind of have a bit of this, just like that. We're gonna be needing to I'm gonna place this right here, so that way I can like throw as much stuff as I need into here. I think most of this is gonna go in here, and then we're gonna like, which obviously we're gonna have a bit more of a whoop outwards, so that way it alright, let's go like this, and alright, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna grab that. Oh gosh darn it. Okay. Every time. And we're gonna have this go just like this, and just like that, and it's gonna, because like, why not have multiple ways in and multiple ways out? There is absolutely nothing wrong with this. Depends on where you wanna enter and exit from this area. And if we go with this here, we're gonna end up connecting these to an area right over here. And we can also use this to, well, alright, and then just like this, and just like this, we're gonna make a way up, a road upwards, which will and we're gonna do this, and just like that. Now we have a road up. Now we have a road that travels upwards. Which I think if we, which I think what we're gonna do is, we're gonna do a little something like, we're just gonna do something like that. Like, even if it's even if like this is just like not functional, it just looks not, I just think it looks nice. So in the end, it's just about, does it look nice? And if so, do we ship it? Alright, and then I weirdly enough want to like, put this all the way across, just like that. Let's place that just like that, and let's give this another thing like that. And then we can do just like that. That looks kind of nice, actually. Yeah, I kind of like that. I really like that. It's good. It looks good. Alright, and then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have this head along through here, and alright, Alright, and then just along like that, we can also we can continue this little bit of, this little bit like that. It's because, like, this also kind of, like, helps with how this feels as well on top of that. I weirdly enough just kind of, like the wall. Like, even if that wall isn't very useful for a lot of people, it just looks nice in the end. Alright, now we're gonna grab now we're gonna grab these from here. Now we're gonna grab some more of this. We don't have enough gravel. I see it now, we don't have enough. Because, like, we're gonna be needing a ton more gravel for a lot of our endeavors and such. I think, I could make stairwell down as well. Like, but I don't know who would actually use this over a road that goes up here or here. Not unless you have not unless you're, like, already over in this area. I don't know. We'll see about it. I think if we continue with, this, we should be able to get all of the needed, pieces of this out of the way. I hate every time I have to do that. It always hurts. It always hurts. Because there's a very good chance that I don't get that back. We might also make some, like, lampposts, maybe. And I think the lamppost will probably help a lot with this area, with some lighting as well. I think we're probably just gonna do the first part of this, or at least just, like, the first floor at least. At least get the first floor done and, get a ceiling on that. Get a ceiling on that shiz. Like, get the ceiling on this. And we'll, no, why did my brain just do that? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need 10. 10 it is. We need 10. Okay. Ooh, I kind of want to, like, ooh, what if I made, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be, it might, ooh, if I did, no, 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 please, no. Oh my gosh. Okay, so as you can see, I kind of want to, I'm gonna do something like that for the stairwell, all the way down. Then I'm gonna be using cobblestone as my main block for the rest of it. As well, so what I'm gonna do as well is I'm gonna make this and this be that. Yeah, we're gonna be needing a few doors, aren't we? I need a ton more logs, though. Like, I am severely running low. Let's at least get this in, and hopefully we can and then we can use that extra bit of time to, well, then we'll use that extra bit to, well, to make more, and then we'll need to go get more road materials. I could just continue just outright using this in like large patches, or I can just mix it with cobblestone to save a bit and also give it a little bit of nice oomph to it, while the main path will just have just that. I think ooh, I have a weird idea. Okay, since I'm already doing this for some parts of it, I like the idea of using this wall, of using like a rock, of like using this stone for like a wall for all the way across, just like that. And it not only does it keep this looking, oh shoot, okay, oh shoot, I can't see, I can't move, couldn't move, ow. Where am I? Oh, they're right there. But I think you catch my drift with this, right? We can do something like that, and then we can do this, and then it just looks really nice in the meantime. I personally think it looks quite nice, and I think it would, and I think it's gonna be very cool in the long run. And then you get just these like scattered throughout, and it kind of feels like this is what's like helping hold in the gravel. Then it doesn't like feel odd or out of place and whatnot. Then we have this just like that. Just a bit of like that, or we just that actually I could just do this. Grab this and just, yeah, I'm just gonna place that just along there, just like that. Which means we should be able to do that. And yeah. Yeah, I think I got where I'm going. Yeah. We are gonna be needing more cobblestone. But we also need a lot more gravel as well. I don't think we need nearly I don't think we need nearly that many of these, especially with what we're bound to do with it. We'll put whatever we have left over in there. Which I think this will, I don't know, like, tell me what you think about these. Like, maybe if we take this and make it a little more, and we can go like that instead. Yeah, I think I kind of like that one better. Kind of like the way that looks better. I don't know, it feels smoother, I guess. I don't know how else to put it, like, it feels way smoother, and it doesn't, like, feel like, and I kind of like how sometimes we have this, like, looks like it's kind of just falling all the way through. Then another thing we can do is, where there's sand like this, and it looks like you wouldn't see something like that. Okay, we're just gonna... Okay, are we gonna really have to worry about that? I don't know, well, I don't know, I'll probably end up making this like a little... And I'll probably end up doing something with this while I'm at it, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes, like, dealing with things like this is not very easy. Because, like, one, you gotta figure out exactly what paths people will actually walk, right? Which is, because path of least resistance be like, um, weirdly enough, like, okay, so I'm gonna build upwards, and I'm gonna, and in fact, I want you all to, like, ask me where you would build more paths, right after I build my paths. So I'm gonna ask where you would want to see more pathing, and, and then this could be kind of like a little bit more of a project that everybody works on, not just me, right? And it also gives you a reason to comment as well, just because, like, ha ha ha, cause haha, cause haha, I think it'd be fun, and also it gives a little bit of engagement that we all like. Besides, it also makes you all feel like you're a part of this as well, and not just people just watching just some random human just do random bullshit. And which I'm probably gonna which I think I'm and now let's go ahead and do something like this. I'm gonna definitely use this to my advantage, so you don't have to. Besides, I know a lot of people probably would love to, like, have to make their mark on this world. I can also, I can also make I could make signs and have them be like, alright, so this road was suggested by this human versus this road that was suggested by this human. Yeah, it'll be great. Or maybe entity, I don't know. I don't know what you are. I don't know what half of you are. It's fine. It's I. It's I. For all I know, you could be eldritch horrors beyond my for all I know, you guys could be eldritch horrors beyond my comprehension, and I would not know it. Wouldn't be the first time. I think if we but yeah, like, do, like, but, like, yeah, like, you can either, like, not only comment on this, like, or you could just, like, make a, like, or I could even open the community post, I think, and then everyone can, like, go out of their way and, like, post what you would like, where you would like to see a really good, a really nice looking, a nice path, where you'd like to see the paths and such. Like, you can, like, take a screenshot of what I'm about to do and, just kind of, like, send it over, essentially. And then we can all, like, like, leave our marks. I can name roads after people as well. It'll be kind of great. Like, there's a lot of things that I can do with this, cause, like, one, like, cause, like, I know a lot of people like feeling involved, and I think I think people should be involved with this, right? And it shouldn't just be me. That's just kind of how I roll, right? I feel like it would be very fun to have a. Now if we head along here, maybe. What if I went like this? Now what I can do is I can just do something like this. Alright, let's go ahead and do something like that. then I can... And now if I do this, I can place the sand back here. Just like this. And we have this all the way along here. Now what I can do, which then adds a little bit of more complication to it, but it also makes it look nice in the long run. Yeah, is place these, and just like that, I can. Then if we go like that, we can do. And then we're gonna place that just like that. Then just like that, we have that going all the way up. I could also... I mean, another thing that would... yeah, let's... I weirdly enough wanted to wrap this one around just like that. So that way I can do something like that. And then do this right here. Then we can go like this. And then we can just have this be like that. Yeah, and then we can take this and go like this, and then this gives us another reason to place that like that. There we are. Now we can go like this. We can do something like this, this, this. Kind of like it not being like super smooth like that, and then we can do that, right? I think I'm slowly learning how these stairs work. So I think like they're not like after like I think like they're just sometimes a little janky, but I mean like they should work in the long run, I think. And let's see here. Let's try and all right. Now we can do something like, excuse me. Why you do that? Why you do that? And then we can do something like this, and then we can make a railing right across here, and it would also somehow be compliant with some type of with building standards as well. I think if we this along like this, and I don't know, it's probably not. I don't know. A lot of these are a lot of my builds were like never like compliant with building standards. Well, not usually. I mean, I probably could go out of my way to do that, but yeah, let's do something stupid, just like that. Yeah. Then we can do this. Weirdly enough, I kind of like the way that looks, so we can do something like this. Why did... Never mind, I guess. It's apparently... nope, okay. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Okay. That's alright. Okay, so now what we have here is this. We can go up and down. And we can also like have this. So that way this looks like it actually has a bit of that way it actually has a bit of lighting along here as well. And now we just gotta head up through here, and then we can finish up. Then we can try and finish up here if we can. then once we have this, I think it should, like, we're just gonna, like, finish the outside portion here. And then we'll finish that final bit before, like, I decide to pop off of this. Just because, like, I don't want to, like, just because, like, I don't want to, like, leave this out here half finished and have, like, the top of that being fully, have, like, the, first floor be finished. Then afterwards I'm gonna, like, make a little, actually, I could just make a YouTube post. I could make the screenshot and then just, like, or just have, like, everyone else screen, like, I could just, and then I could just have, like, either everyone screenshot it, or just, that, or just share a screenshot of it, and, and then they can just, like, draw where they would like to see more roads in this. I think it'd be good for, like, everybody, right? Because one, it kind of keeps us, it keeps us all busy, and two, like, you also feel involved on top of that because you are, because then you'd also be involved with it as well. You'd have your own little part of this. I don't know, I don't know, like, it also feels kind of more fun when you have more than one people working on a solo project, even if it's just a solo project. And also, I have no idea if I want to make this entire thing have a bit of cobblestone in it. Tell me if you think it should have a bit of cobblestone in the comments, though. Like, cause, like, genuinely, like, I'm kind of okay with it being all this, but it also kind of doesn't quite look right. I don't know how else to put it. I'm gonna throw all of this into here. We're gonna chuck all of this in here. Alright, so then we're gonna throw this in here, throw this in here, in there, and throw these into here for now. We're gonna throw these in there. Why do I have another, oh yeah, I didn't place that in here, did I? Then I can go, bam, there we are. Now we have, there we go, now that little piece is done. I think the main part, I think we'll end up adding the glass in last, like, so I don't end up overdoing the glass and stuff. We'll make the, this is looking really nice, actually. I like how this is turning out. Really like how this is turning out as well. Oh, very nice, very nice. And I think one of the things that I'm also gonna do as well, real quick, is, well, while I'm at it, this. Let's see here. Let's see here. If we, so if we head through, oh, wait, not here. That's just where you put in a place, that's where you just, quote, place an order for things. And then you can, let's head through here. Got some signs. We have 2 of these in here. We're gonna be needing a ton more. Where we're going, we're gonna be needing a ton more of these. Let's make about 6 doors at least. Because, like, if we need to, we can always make more. And let's see here. If we head along through here, and Like, I don't, like, I think, I think it'd also be kind of fun to, uh, sheep. uh, sorry. Sorry, my brain just for some reason, like, had a moment where it's just like, amazing, look at this. Look at that. And, I think, we're gonna have, that just like that, that just like that, this just like this, and I'll do something like this. Alright, and we're gonna do something like that to kind of like light that area up just a little more. We don't wanna, no, we don't want things spawning there. I think we just need, I feel like I'm missing 2 doors. Okay, I just need 1 more door. That's actually kind of amazing, though. Actually, just 1 door short. And we can make ourselves 1 final door. Just like that. And then we can do that. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Heck yeah. Actually, no, wait, we're missing 1 door as well. Or actually, we're missing 2 doors. Never mind. Because, like, 1, like, it's supposed to be fully, like, airtight from that. Just like that. And there we are. Hey, look at it. Yeah. Then what I can do is, like, slowly do this, and then I can make it where it kind of like keeps itself differentiated. Where you can just also kind of sit under here as well. Little places to sit here and there. There's never really a problem with having more places to sit. Or to like sit or rest. Whoops. Yeah, let's we don't need to we'll end up having the greenhouse be its own little thing. Its own little day to work on it. Alright, so now we might need just 1 more pillar. Like right here. I have a feeling that like that pillar's going to save everything. It's feeling. It's just a weird feeling. I don't know. It's just it's a thought. Alright. Actually, yeah, that's about where it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's about where it would be in the real world, actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, actually. I like how, alright, there we go. Now we're just gonna have to, now let's go and grab some, stairs, so that way we can make our stairwell. We can make our stairwell to the 2nd floor, and, and then we can finish the 2nd floor. Which is gonna be required. Well, no, well, at least the, Well, at least just the ceiling portion. Let's see here. Hoping this isn't too many. Or too little. Well, this is only gonna be like about 2 stories tall, and it's not supposed to be like anything crazy. So if we head up through here and oh, that looks okay. This definitely, yeah, that's such a nice view from there. It almost makes me want to like add a balcony somewhere, like right along, right along there, right? You can add like a balcony or something. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, and it'll. All right. And I think the main thing is I'm going to, well, gonna do something like this. I think I think we'll figure it out. There we are, just like that. Alright, as you can see, now we have this that goes all the way like that, which we can take we can take like this along here and have it go the normal 3 tall that I do. And now we can start. Now and along with this, we need to, well, let's start by doing this, and we can do something like this. And now the second floor is going to begin. And we're gonna like make most of the outside edge on top here be wood, because one, it's lighter. Usually you'd have lighter materials on top, and your heavier materials would be more towards the bottom. This goes for more than just stacking and building as well, which I think is always a neat little touch. Which I think is always just like a nice little touch, because you can only go so far with something like a castle wall as an example. Let's just start with just the outside portion of this. And we're just going to be making this along here. And then we'll plot out like all of our then we'll like plot out, and then we can and then in the next one we can plot. All right, that's all right. Now we just gotta go like this, and this would now we can go on like this up through here. Hey, stop placing more than one. It's not helping. All right, now if I place that just like that. And if now all I have to do is do this right along here. Now the question is did I make this right? We won't know until we try. I could make an entire spot have like wool. But like we'll figure it out. Alright, now what we're gonna do is just like this. Place all of this along here. We need a lot of Alright, let's get this right along. Alright, so I think if we oh yeah, I was gonna oh yeah, let me place those let me place these here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That looks nice. That looks nice. Now that we have that little area right, now that we have this area all ready to go, and we might have to make an axe, actually. That even if we don't want to, we may have to make it. We might have to make the axe. Alright. So, so if I head through here and I place this and I should probably make an actual like schedule so like people can actually see what's going on and during like and like it'd probably make it a lot easier for more than just like me. Like it also make it like it not only make it easier for me, it'd make it easy for you to tell whenever like I'm doing something or whatnot, or if I decide like because then I can like pre-plan out the entire week. So like let's say if I let's say if like the whole week is just dedicated to me going out and hanging out with my friends, right? Which yeah, I will do that. Listen, I have friends. Listen, I have friends, and that's it. Listen, I have a couple of friends. It's not too big. But you never take your friends for granted either. But yeah. Because because I realized that like there's gonna be some days that I will literally go out of my way to not do this and to not play this for one reason or another. One of these one of these is January 15th, right? Ananta is coming out, and I'd rather be streaming Ananta. And yes, I will be going out of my way to stream this. Like day one. I will stream this day one, probably both Twitch and YouTube. So that way the folks on YouTube can also view it, so you don't have to go onto my Twitch. You can optionally go onto my Twitch if you want to. I am not going to end up forcing people to go to a different platform just because they don't want to deal with like which like though yet again I'm also thinking I might just switch the yet again like yet again I'm not sure if I'm gonna switch. I'm not gonna end up switching fully to YouTube because I do enjoy being on Twitch, right? But I also just don't. But I also just like walk through here. If we build this. Now let's break these. Yeah, I'm gonna make an axe before. Oh, eventually. Alright, so then we're gonna grab these, and I'm going to, Alright, now if we, now I think if we, now, no, we're gonna, now I'm not gonna worry about this for now. Because that's not something I need to worry about at this minute. Alright, let's, now if we do this along here. And just like that, we should be... There we are. Now this is, now that this main part of the first floor is done, it almost looks like a home. It almost just looks like a regular house. We'll make it look more like an actual proper place later. But yeah, we'll end up making it look like a proper place we'll make it look like a proper place that, like what it's actually meant to be later. Alright, now we can just do that and head up. There we are. And now all I have to do is, well, just light the top of this up so nothing spawns on it. Should be utmost preferable. We don't want anything spawning up here either, because we don't want anything spawning up here for a lot of reasons. There we are. Okay. So now I have this entire roof lit. Alright, so let's go down over through here. Ooh. Whoops. Okay, let me do something like this. And let's finish this off right along here. If we do something like this, this is a good enough railing. We don't need anything crazy for a railing. Whoops, I messed something up. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, okay, I see what I did wrong. Let's go like this, and then I just need to do this, and oh, I think there's a little bit of I mean, we're gonna lose a little bit of of these, but like that's all right. It's just wood. Like you can like it's one of those renewable resources of this game, so it should be it'll be all right. Actually, what if I just went something like this? And just over here though. Just over there though. Now I can just do something like that. And it will. And then we can do something like this. What if we just did that? Just one in the center. Alright. Then we can do something like that. And it looks good. There we are. Well, well then I guess, that's, and first floor is basically done. And then we can throw as much of this as we can in here. I'll probably end up just leaving it. I'll probably just end up staying here. What I'm gonna do is actually, what if I just went on top of this and just I'm gonna take a couple of screenshots on like, so that way like everybody can go out of their way and feel free to like decide where we could put more roads. I'm gonna build from here. Alright, let me go ahead and do this, and, really? Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, what I'm gonna, okay. Okay, I'm just gonna have to, like, shrink it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna show this, and then I'm just gonna save that screenshot real quick, and we'll, save as. Then we'll also add this, like, and then we'll also save this as well. Now we have 3 screenshots for anybody to look through, and then they can, and like if you want, you can also go ahead and plan out a bit of like roads or even like a building idea, or even like building ideas. And no, I'm not making a Walmart. No, I won't be making a parking lot. I'm gonna be keeping this like a little less crazy. Well, I mean like less crazy. I mean like if you can count. All right. So now that this is over, I hope you all have a very nice rest of your day, and I hope you can stay safe, stay cool, or stay warm, whatever it needs to, depending on what time of year it is. Stay hydrated, and please, and if you haven't, feel free to go take a break for yourself. Go get some food, water, take your meds if you need to. And so I will. So while we wrap it up here, I hope everyone's so do take care of yourself, as there's more than just us here. So you have a great rest of your day. Love y'all. Goodbye.